Hello everyone, I hope everyone's having a wonderful week so far. So today I'll be doing a really simple, quick and easy tutorial for how to achieve this mesh stitch. So if you want to know how you can do this mesh stitch, then stick around. Okay, so I had posted this reel on Instagram and it blew up. I was not expecting it to get as much attention as it did. And a few people on there wanted to know what I was working on. How do I do this stitch? Can they get a tutorial? And I do want to mention, guys, this is not my stitch. This is not anything complicating. You can find tutorials on YouTube, I'm sure, of how to achieve this. But because I personally received a lot of requests about it, I'm like, let me go ahead and do a tutorial on my channel. So hopefully this can help whoever is wanting to make this. So I did this stitch on this panel and also this jacket. I had posted this outfit on a few Facebook groups and a lot of people wanted to know how to achieve the mesh detailing on the jacket. So if you want to know how I did the mesh detailing on this jacket, then also stick around because this is the exact same stitch as this piece. All right. So this piece I used Coboo yarn to work it up, and I'm going to set this to the side and we're going to use this Coboo yarn for the tutorial so you'll know how to start it off. And this Coboo yarn is in the color beige. This shade is terracotta. It's really beautiful. I love Coboo yarn. I will mention Coboo does split. I get a lot of questions if this yarn splits. Yes, it does, but I feel like this yarn makes the most beautiful garments. It has a nice stretch to it. It has a very nice feel to it. The splitting is very minor. Hi, baby. She's quiet. Quiet. My son loves saying hi all day, and it's just me in the house until his daddy gets home. Hi, mommy, daddy. Hi, mommy, daddy. Anyways. Yes, this yarn has a little bit of splittage, but like I said, I feel like it's a very minor issue compared to what it can actually do. It's very workable. Like the splitting, I honestly barely notice the splitting because I work gently, and if you just take your time with it, it really won't split that much. But anyways, to start off the mesh stitch, you're going to make a slip knot. Y'all, please excuse my nails. I know they're not done, but we're not here for that. We are here for this tutorial. Okay, and I really wanted to get this out for you all. So the nails were not done, and we're going to be okay with that, okay? That's my business, as Tab says. Anywho, you're going to make your slip knot, and you're going to chain multiples of 3 plus 6. Multiples of 3 plus 6. So there's my first 3. I'm going to do 15 plus 6 for this tutorial. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, and also stick around because I'll show you how to increase and decrease with this stitch, and that will help you to make garments and to freehand. So there's a lot of increasing and decreasing that happens when you're freehanding apparel. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then you can make a skirt, a top, a jacket like I had did, and all it does is just consist of increases and decreases and regular stitches. Okay, so I think this was 15. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. And then you're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so these last 2 chains count as a chain 2, as your chain 2 space. There's a chain 2 space between each treble crochet, and so that's what your chain 2 counts as. This chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that counts as a treble crochet stitch. Okay, and so you're going to count that as a treble crochet stitch. You're going to skip the next 2 stitches. So you're going to skip 1, 2. So in total, from your hook, you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stitches. So keep in mind you're skipping 8 stitches. You're going to yarn over twice. This is how you do a treble crochet stitch. Okay, and you're going to skip 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and crochet into the 9th stitch. Treble crochet into the 9th stitch. Okay, so now you can see it a little bit better. That's your chain 2 space. The chain 4 is your treble crochet, and then you skipped 2 because you are chaining 2, skipping 2, treble crochet. So repeat that: chain 2, yarn over twice, skip 2 chains, and treble crochet into the next chain. Okay, and you're going to repeat that across your entire starting chain foundation. Skip 2, treble crochet into the 3rd chain. Skip 2, treble crochet, and into that very last chain, insert your final treble crochet. All right, so that is your first row. And you can see the mesh detailing already forming. So to do the next row, you will chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work, and you're going to yarn over twice and do a treble crochet into the top of the previous row treble crochet. And that is how you start each row. And you'll continue along, chaining 2, skipping those 2 stitches or 2 chains, and inserting your hook into the top of the treble crochet stitches. So you'll be doing your treble crochet stitches on top of each other, and continue doing that down the row. All right. Okay, and when you get to the end, yarn over twice, and you're going to skip those first 2 chains, 1, 2, insert your hook into that 3rd chain. This is the top of your chain 4 that makes the treble crochet stitch. And you're going to insert your hook into that and make a treble crochet stitch. And there you go. Oops. Let me do that again. All right. And you will repeat that for as long as you want it to go. And that's how you do the treble crochet mesh stitch. I did that for this entire panel. It's the same stitch. There's no increases or decreases in this. It's just the same treble crochet, chain 2, skip 2, treble crochet stitch throughout that entire panel. Okay, so I will do one more row just so you really get the hang of it. So chain 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn your work, yarn over twice, treble crochet into the previous row treble crochet stitch. All right, chain 2, treble crochet, all right, and don't forget when you're doing the final treble crochet stitch, if it's easier, you can count from the previous row stitch. So you'll count up to 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to put that stitch in the top of your chain 4. And there you have it. That is how you do the treble crochet mesh stitch. And I'll also show you how to increase and decrease. So there's 2 different methods for each. I prefer to do it the first way I'll show you all, but I also do it the second way sometimes. It really depends on what I'm working on. But the first method to increase and decrease, I will show you. So to increase, you're going to chain your 6, and put your treble crochet stitch into that one. And then instead of chaining 2, you're going to chain 3. Oops. See, there's the splitting, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3. And then insert into the next stitch. Chain 2. And then chain 3. Treble crochet. And then chain 2. Treble crochet into the top of your chain 4. So you see with those chain 3s that we make, it creates a very slight increase in your work. And then as you continue increasing, you can chain 3 instead of the 2, and then chain 7 to start. So that will add an extra chain right there, and then chain 3 at the end. But I usually do every other stitch because it creates like a slight increase. And then as you keep going, so here I'll chain 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, this depends on the type of increase you're doing, like how much of an increase. If it's a slight increase, I'll increase every other stitch. If it's a big increase, I will increase every stitch. It just takes some trial and error to know how much of an increase you're going to need. And that's where your measurements and your measuring tape will help a lot. So that's the chain 7. Now you have a chain 3 space, and that will create a slight increase as well. And then you'll just chain 3 and treble crochet all throughout. And then you can keep increasing, like you'll chain 4 every other stitch, chain 5, and that's how I increase. I do slight increases for the most part. As I said, it depends what you're working on. When I do like an in-depth tutorial on an actual project using this stitch, you'll get a better understanding. So the second method, or I'll show the decrease first, since we're doing this slight increase decrease method. So you're going to chain 6, and it's just like the increase, only you're taking away. So 4, 5, 6. Do your regular stitch into the first one, and then for the next one, instead of chaining 2, you're going to just chain 1. So that is a decrease stitch because it has a chain 1 space. And if you want to do a huge decrease, you would just do chain 1s across instead of your chain 2. If you're doing a slight decrease, you can do like I'm doing, chain 2, treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet. It all depends on the space of the body that you're increasing or decreasing. Like if it's a hip, there might be a wider increase. You'll do chain 3s in each space because you're trying to accommodate for how much extra of the panel you'll need to create to fill that space on the body. So it's really good if you measure it out and then measure your panel to see if it matches up, and keep in mind that it will stretch, so make sure you're doing it to the stretched measurement. All right, so that is how you decrease. So I'll continue that row. I'm gonna do a chain 2, then I'll do a chain 1 space, treble crochet, and then I'll do a chain 2 again. If I want to do a bigger decrease, then I will do chain 1s, chain 1 space throughout the entire row. And then when you get to chain 1s throughout the entire row and you need to keep decreasing, you'll completely make no space and just do treble crochets throughout. Okay, so that is one method of how you can decrease. And now I'll do the second method of how to increase and then how to decrease. So the second method is for the increase first. You will chain up your 6, 5, 6, and then you will put a treble crochet into that very first stitch, and that will create an increase right there. And then you will continue chaining 2 and working that all the way across. Chain 2, skip 2, treble crochet, all right. And then when you get to your last treble crochet, you will do your treble crochet stitch, then chain 2 again, and then insert another treble crochet stitch. So that is another method of how you can go about increasing. And then you can continue on adding an extra stitch to the first and last stitches, and that will give you an increase. So to decrease, you will chain up 3, turn your work, yarn over twice, because this 3 counts as a halfway treble crochet. And so what you're going to do is halfway treble crochet into the next stitch. So you pull through once, pull through twice, and then pull through both of those loops, and that will create 1 treble crochet. Then you will complete the row with chaining 2, skipping 2, treble crochet across. And then stop when you get to your last 2 stitches. So 1 more, chain 2, skip 2, treble crochet. Okay, so chain 2, and when you get to these last 2 stitches, you're going to insert your hook into the first one and halfway do a treble crochet stitch. So pull through once, pull through twice, and then yarn over twice, and then go right to the next stitch. And then pull through once, pull through twice, and then pull through all 3 loops. And that's how you do a decrease. And then you can continue doing a decrease in the first 2 and last 2 stitches of each row, and that is the other way of how you can do decreases. I'll give you all another look at this hoodie just so I can slightly explain what I did. So I made a simple ribbed stitch for the cuff, and then I inserted my hook into every row and did a treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet all the way across the entire cuff. And then I continued doing that treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet stitch all the way up, no increases or decreases. It's the same exact pattern. I was just working in the round. Okay, so that is it for the tutorial. I hope you all found this stitch very easy to learn. Please tag me in any of your creations that you make using this stitch, and give this video a like, a comment if you found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all. I'll see you in the next video. Love you. Bye.